Hello. The book of Esther is one of only 2 books in the Bible where the name of God doesn't even appear. And it's one of the favourites of Liz and myself. We even named our first child Esther after the heroine of faith whose story unfolds within this book. Esther lived at a time when the Jews in Babylon were under threat of persecution and possibly even extinction by the hand of Haman. He sought to destroy them. Esther had become the queen. After the fall of her predecessor, Queen Vashti, when she'd acted in a way that brought disgrace upon the king, Esther had succeeded. But she knew that the king was not an easy man to deal with, and she could only enter his presence with invitation. But when her uncle Mordecai got wind of the plot that Haman was cooking, he said, "You've got to act." Mordecai urged Esther, "Don't think that you will escape just because you live in the king's palace. This will come upon you and your father's household also." And so Esther got her fellows to pray and to fast for 3 days before, uninvited, she entered the throne room of the king. And she found grace and was able to engineer the circumstances that would bring around the fall of Haman and an opportunity for the Jews to be vindicated and to free themselves. Mordecai said to Esther, "Who knows that you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this?" There was a sense of destiny upon Esther's life. For such a time as this. And for such a time as this, God has chosen you. He's appointed the place where you live and the relationships that you enjoy. You are uniquely positioned by God to be salt of the earth and light of the world exactly where you are. This can involve risk. When Esther went, she said, "I will go, and if I perish, I perish." We remember that when Jesus Christ came into the world, he didn't come at the risk of his life. He came at the certainty that he would suffer and he would die and he would rise again. And he would bring release to a people under the threat of death for their sins. He would bring forgiveness, he would bring new life, and he would bring blessing. And when we share that good news with others, we also become agents of new life.